I love Jim Dickey and Flannery O Connor because both of them are utterly fearless and utterly honest. They'll go utterly honest. Just let me ask you, man, have you ever stopped to think what it must have been like for Flannery O Connor to be a Roman Catholic? I mean, a hardcore. You got an essay that begins, "I am no vague believer." She had it all, and she had it. And live in Milledgeville, and more than that, write books that got her name in the New York Times and all around, Time Magazine and everywhere else, where almost everybody, whether they were readers or not, had to find out she's writing books. Well, what do? Well, they obviously go get one. Like, hey, we got a neighbor writes books. Hey, she's a sweet woman, a little harsh sometimes, but she's a sweet woman. And then peacocks she grazes, and here we get this book. And look in there and see Hazel Motes founding the Church of Jesus Christ without Christ, and putting rocks in his shoes and binding his flesh with wire and blinding himself with lie. That's all just mortification of the flesh. Mortification of the flesh is a very old and honored tradition in the church. Los Católicos, the Catholics. And what it must have been like for Flannery O'Connor to bear up under and say, you know, this, I wrote that one, and I'm writing another one now.
Flannery O'Connor wrote about freaks. The beginnings of her stories, you're dealing with a freak in some way. but the time before Flannery ends the story, as she told a student of mine once, she always gives them a moment of grace, which is to say she turns them absolutely human, which you have to do with a freak, because a freak is outside the human condition, so to speak. But if you put them back inside the human condition, then we can relate to them. And she always tried to do that. And she's a religious writer, absolutely a religious writer.